Here I'm going to be talking about if statements. Here is the format for if statement. You write the word if, parentheses, between the parentheses are the expression that you want to test or the conditions that you want to test. Right underneath that are the different statements or the code that you want to execute in case the condition was true. Here's a quick example on how to use if statements. In this example, I defined a variable of type integer called int_read_input. I sent an output message instructing the user to enter a number. I read the number from the user. Since any user input will be treated as a string, I made sure that I converted the string into an integer. Here is the if statement. The condition is comparing the value that the user entered, which is int_read_input, compared to the number 10. If that value is greater than number 10, I want this to be an additional output displayed to the user. Otherwise, the output thank you will always be displayed regardless of the user's input. The user entered 5. 5 is not greater than 10, so the condition was not met. For that reason, only the thank you message was displayed. Run the application again. The user entered 50. 50 is greater than 10, so an extra output message will be displayed to the user. A few things to keep in mind when you are dealing with if statements. The first one is make sure you do not add a semicolon after the if statement, because if you do, that will terminate the if statement. What that means is the if statement will test the condition, and regardless whether it was true or false, it will do nothing. What this means is that your application, regardless of the value that the user entered, both output will be displayed. Another thing to keep in mind when you are working with if statements is changing the alignment of output messages will not impact the if statement. So in this case, if you change the alignment of these output messages, that will not add them to the if statement, meaning if the user entered a value higher than 10, this is the only output that is assigned to the if statement. If you want to execute multiple lines of code, if the if statement is true, you have to put all of these lines between curly brackets. Adding the curly brackets will guarantee that if the if statement condition is true, then the application will display these three output lines. In this case, the number is lower than 10, so the if statement is false. All of the output messages assigned to the if statement were not executed. The number entered is 50, which is higher than 10, so the tested expression inside of the if statement is true. So all of the statements between the curly brackets were executed. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great rest of your day.